Hello. Yes. Hi students. This is my second video. In my previous video, I have just shared some brief about DRD. That was the also topic of software engineering. Today, I am going to just discuss about the data models. DFD was the part of the process model. As you know that when we develop a software and we are in designing phase, there we develop SRS document, which is the software requirement specification. To develop a software, the process which is basically the modeling, that is the process modeling and data modeling, which helps a lot that how you may develop a better software. You can have the better understanding of the system, requirement of system. You can have the better understanding of the data stores, about the process, about the loopholes, about the existing software and what you are going to develop. So in the process model series, we only discuss the DFD, which is the data flow diagram. Data flow diagram is also known as a bubble chart, but in a same series we do had also some new things, like you may take the example of flowchart as well as UML as also in the same series, which elaborate to make a better understanding of that what is exactly the process and how the process is taking place. Okay, because sure, you when you are developing a software, you just want to improve your business process. You are developing software because you just want to automate the process. So the process modeling and data modeling, two kind of modeling which introduced in a software engineering, and they have different kind of literature, they have different kind of theory that how they can help to develop a software. When we talk about the data models, data model is something which uses the data and the relationship among the data to model requirement. It means that when we talk about the data models, we always go with entity relationship diagram. Entity relationship diagram has an approach, data oriented approach, because we are representing the data, where the data is stored, what exactly the data, what data does, what are the attributes and what are the behavior these attributes towards the software. So to understand the behavior of those attributes and accordingly attributes, records, fields, what you say, okay, how many databases you do have and what are the behavior of those databases, how we link those databases with our existing software, and how they can just help us, what are their role. So everything we are going to be represent through the model. And when we talk about the model, always the diagram came into the picture. Okay, so entity relationship diagram, as you may just see the name of that, which is the entity relationship diagrams. It means that you are going to be identify the relationship between the entities, existing entities. Through the diagram you are going to be represented, because when we talk about the model, like we took the example of DRD. So what we did it, we just represented our process through the pictures, through the diagram, the graphical representation were there. So through the graphical representation we can have the better understanding about the process, about the data flow, about the workflow. So similarly, when you come into the different series, that the data model, the entity relationship diagram helps you to identify the relationship between the entities, what are the data, records, fields, databases, what the relationship between each fields, what the attributes and their behaviors, and you can identify through the diagrams In my last video I already told you, when you are developing a software in your developing team, it might be that stakeholders, the investors, some people they do have technical knowledge, they are techno savvy, and some people they do not have. So in this case, to make a clear picture of those things, it might be that I do not have, I am in developing team, but I am the investor and I don't have any technical background. So when you making any documentation and you are making any written description where the system is going to be developed, what would be the behavior and everything, so it might be that I'm not able to understand. But when you show those things with the help of models, with the help of pictures, with the help of some specific notation and symbols, so I can understand. Like it might be that some people are going somewhere and they don't have any idea that which path we should follow. So through the flow chart, we can just, even they are from the different language and I am from the different language, but I can give them the path so that you can go from there, then right, then left, then through the flow chart I can just suggest them that what will be your path and you can reach your destination. So similarly, the picture always plays a significant role, and graphical representation always plays a significant role in a modeling world. And modeling is a specifically introduced in a software engineering during the engineering process, engineering principles through which we can just develop a good software. Okay? Because if you can't understand the process, if you can't understand the behavior of the process, if you can't understand the loophole, shortcomings, then you cannot develop a good software. So to come up all these reasons, we are just introducing these things. Now come to the point, which is the data oriented approach, which uses the data and the relationship among data to model requirements. Purpose is to show the data used in the system. Good for modeling. Data stores from a DFD. A representation of organizational data shows the rules about the meanings and interrelationships among the data. ER diagram. ER diagram understand the entity relationship diagram, which defines a graphical representation of an ER model. ER model a detailed logical representation of the entities, associations and data elements for an organization or business area. ER symbols, as I told you, when you are going to make a graph, either you are going to make a picture, so you should have some special notifications and some special notations and symbols. So there are some symbols for entities, for attributes, for relationship. There is some more for weak entities, strong entities. There is a number of symbols and notations also in ER diagram. But right now I am introducing these three. Okay. So entity, attribute and relationship. Entity with a rectangle by the oval shape attribute, and this rectangle, this diamond is relationship. Entity, a thing in the real world, has an independent existence. Attributes, one specific piece of information about a thing, a property of the entity. Has a value or value set, a domain. When we look at that the degree of relationship, it is technically we know it that it is known as the cardinality. The number of instances of an entity that are associated with another entity. That may be the single, that may be the multiple. Okay. Data entities, an entity is a thing the user need to know, record or something about. Type of things, that may be the tangible things, airplane, book, vehicle, document, worksheet. Roles played, that may be the employee, customer, doctor, patient, end user, system, administrator. Organizational units, division, department, section, task force, work group. Devices, sensor, timer, controller, printer, disk drive, keyboard, display, window, mouse, menu button, etc., etc. And incidents, events are interaction, which is the flight, services, call, log on, log off, contract, purchase, order, payment. Sites, location, which maybe includes the warehouse, branch office, factory, retail store, desktop, etc. Types of attributes, identifier, which may be the primary key and key attribute, which is uniquely identify characteristics of an entity. Like if you are taking the example of primary key, then your enrollment number, which uniquely identify. Okay, mobile number you may have, you may not have. Name may be the same, but when we look at the enrollment number is basically unique. Okay, foreign key, an attribute is one database table, that is a primary key is another database. That's why sometime it is also known as a referential integrity, because it shows the reference from one table to another table. Attributes and their values, all videos, DVDs have the following attributes. It might be that product ID number. So you may see over here that what are the attributes. Basically the characteristics, a field you may say, the product name, the product description, the category ID, supplier ID, serial number. And these are basically values, which is the one, wood stock, concert, other. Okay, supplier ID is something and serial number is something. Now come to the relationships. When we talk about the relationship, it's naturally occurring association among specific things. Occur in two directions. It may be the cardinality and / multiplicity. Relationship, now come to the what exactly the relationship and what it does, which is the degree of relationship. It means the number of entities that participate in the relationship. It may be the recursive, it may be the binary, it may be the ternary. Degree 1, relationship, it means instances of one entity. Instances of two entity relationship is basically known as binary. Instances of three entities in a relationship basically known as a ternary relationship. So you may see over here, Mr. John has placed no order yet, but there might be many placed over time. So cardinality 0 to many, an optional relationship. A particular order is placed by Mr. Smith. There cannot be an order without stating who the customer is. Cardinality is 1 to 1, a mandatory relationship. An order contains at least one item, but it could contain many items, so many to many relationship. So you may just have a look with this help of this pictures. So it might be that you can better understand that what is relationship and cardinality. Person, always one person married to another person, so one to one relationship. In there is a one manager and many employees, so one to many. And binary relationship, employee is assigned parking place, one to one. Product line contains many product, one to many. A student register for many courses, many to many. So many students are registering for the many courses. Ternary relationship is what exactly you see over there. Why it is basically the unary relationship, because there is a one entity. Okay, person to person, there is a one entity. Okay, and this is basically the relationship that is showing. This is relationship is showing, but here is a two entities. You may see that employee and parking place, product line, product, student, course. Here over here you may see that part, vendor, warehouse, three entities over here. Okay, so that's why it is the ternary relationship. Trucking, one approach, truck ID. You may see the one truck makes many trips. One truck delivered to many retail stores. It can carries many shipment, many stored at warehouse. Okay, trucking, another approach. Truck one makes many trips. One delivers to retail store. One carries to many shipment and stored at warehouse. So this is the end of the class. I hope that you just little bit get about the ER diagram and what exactly the ER diagram and how it works, and this is about the data model. So right now you have clear picture about the data model and the process model. Process model is basically where we focused on that what the process and how we can elaborate that process through the different technique, tool, methods. Okay, when we talk about the data model is a something where we only look and focus about the data. Data is stored, attributes, fields, records, databases. Okay, so focus is completely changed. When we look at process model, we are concentrating on the process, and when we talk about the data model, we are concentrating on